Hello?
Is the stream live? No. You're live now. Where's my audio? Audio. I don't have audio on the videos. I don't have audio on the videos. I don't have audio on the videos. Playback, yes.
Go. When your village is connected to the global village, you go. When 30 million people have a bank in their pocket, they go. When 560 million of us can plug into a high-speed digital highway, we go. When you can use technology to teach where books can't reach, we all go. When over 5 million people have a job to do and 4 million small businesses can make it big, they go.
Hello?
When you're driven by the unstoppable spirit of Africa, you go. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. We're good together. Everywhere you go, MTN. How far can you go? When your village is connected to the global village, you go. When 30 million people have a bank in their pocket, they go.
Test. Audio test.
Earth is worth. Without earth, we cannot live. So what you have done today to us to equip our hospital is very, very paramount, and it is very, very important to the community.
Ibi tẹ́mtẹ́ ń ṣe yìí, ààrẹ tirẹ̀, irú nẹ́tíwọ̀kù tí yín tó wá fi hánà tí.
MTN is timely because we have needed these things for quite a long time.
The National Primary Healthcare Development Agency is always excited when any organization contributes to the welfare of the people.
Hello. Can you hear me? Pause. I want you to listen to the stream. What's the quality of the audio? What do you hear? It will come in about 6 seconds after, but check that you can hear me. You can hear me. It's what? All right, it's lag. You can hear me. Does it sound good? Joke. All right. Olu, national anthem. Oh no, health and safety. Health and safety first, before national anthem.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us at the rooftop. We appreciate your attention as we go through a few guidelines.
Pause it.
Please take a moment to set your mobile phone.
It's full screen now. All right, so audio. Vision mix. Excuse me, sir. Please pay attention. So there needs to be a system for these videos. This health and safety video is a must. The other videos before it can continue to play on a loop and will do so for about 30 minutes before the event proper begins. 2 minutes to 11, we will play the health and safety video. So we need to watch each other. What must happen first is Vision Mixer, Mr. Razak Alibalogun, please pay attention to me. When we are there, 2 minutes to 11, when you see the video on the screen, open your audio. We will not play until then. I don't want the video to start playing and people are saying I can't hear anything. So when the video is on the screen and you've opened your audio, only then will we play. Right? So let's play it again. Yes. Oh, sorry. Oh. Good afternoon. Is she watching the screen? Okay. Hello. Sorry, ma. I can hear you on your laptop, but you can't hear me. So this is for your benefit. The health and safety video is 2 minutes, 2 seconds long. Sorry, ma. I didn't say again, ma. Okay, can you hear me now? I can hear you, ma. That's fine. We can do that, but the belief is that that's when everyone will be seated just before we play the national anthem. All right, ma. Not a problem. We can play it earlier. All right, ma. Noted. Play the health and safety video, please.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us at the rooftop. We appreciate your attention as we go through a few guidelines. Please take a moment to set your mobile phone on silent mode. And remember to step outside before taking any calls. For your comfort and safety, there is no smoking in this hall. Please use designated smoking areas. Please keep your face mask on at all times, except to eat or drink. Disposable face masks and hand sanitizers are available for use. Speak with one of our hosts for support. Please maintain a safe social distance. A few doors have been left open to allow for ventilation. Emergency medical support is in place, and our hosts are on hand to assist as needed. In the unlikely event of a fire, please do not panic. Sound the alarm and evacuate the building using the staircase. Do not use the lift. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. You will be led to a muster point on the ground floor where further instructions will be given. Please do not take risks or return to the building for any reason until authorized to do so. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask one of our hosts, and please report any incidents to the MTN control room at 0803 200 1630. On behalf of everyone at MTN Nigeria, we want to thank you for your time and attention. Please stay safe and have a lovely day.
How far can you go? When your village is connected to the global village, you go. When 30 million people have a bank in their pocket, they go. When 560 million of us can plug into a high-speed digital highway, we go. When you can use technology to teach where books can't reach, we all go. When over 5 million people have a job to do, and 4 million small businesses can make it big, they go. When you're driven by the unstoppable spirit of Africa, you go. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. We're good together. Everywhere you go, MTN.
National anthem. Live feed, switch to live feed. Chairman starts to talk immediately.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the time is 8 p.m. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the annual general meeting of our company, MTN Nigeria Communications PLC. I express my thanks to all persons present for the sacrifice you have made in attending the meeting, notwithstanding the COVID-19 pandemic. I also express my gratitude to our regulators for the special dispensation granted to our company to conduct this meeting. The meeting is therefore duly convened and properly constituted. Accordingly, I hereby declare the meeting open. May I ask a shareholder to say the opening prayer? Thank you for the opening prayer. Before proceeding to the formal aspect of this meeting, I will respectfully introduce to you members of the Board of Directors of your company. MTN Nigeria Communications PLC, your company has 15 directors. The biographical details of all directors can be found on page 78 to 82 of the annual report. Permit me to introduce the directors. Mr. Carl Toriola, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer. Mr. Modupe Kadri, Executive. I jumped.
They are physically present.
Yeah, I jumped. I should continue?
Yeah, no, carry on.
Okay.
We wondered how quickly you got there, that's why.
Okay, interesting.
So carry on.
Okay.
Be honest.
Dr. Omobala Johnston, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Muhammad Ahmad, Independent Non-Executive Director. Mr. Michael Ajuku, Independent Non-Executive Director. In addition, the following directors have joined this meeting virtually. Mr. Andrew Ali, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Ridwan Grant, Independent Non-Executive Director. Mr. Abubakar Mahmood, Non-Executive Director. Ms. Shofule Molofe, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Fedi Muman, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Ralph Mupita, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Paul Norman, Non-Executive Director. Mrs. Ifeku Omogui, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Jens Shorty Bokun, Non-Executive Director. I am Dr. Ernest Ndukwe, OFR, the chairman of your company. To my left is Mrs. Uto Ukpana, the company secretary. The firm of Ernst and Young EY, our external auditor, is represented by Mr. Femi Ogunlowo. Our registrar, Coronation Registrars Limited, is represented by Mrs. Bukola James Cole. The firm of KPMG Advisory Services, independent consultant on the board appraisal, is represented by Mr. Tolu Odu Kale. We also have in attendance representatives of the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Nigerian Exchange Regulations Limited. Regulator, Nigerian Communications Commission. The representatives are Professor Adeolu Akande, Chairman Board of Commissioners, NCC. Nkechi Obiekwe, Controller, Lagos Office. Mr. Deleke Moruf Adewolu, Executive Commissioner, Stakeholder Management. And Mr. Giwa Toby, Commissioner, Commission Secretary. So I now call on the Company Secretary to read the notice of the meeting. Thank you, Mrs. Upana, for the notice of the meeting. Please be informed that owing to the guidelines on mass gathering, the number of persons present at the venue is limited. We have received proxy forms from our shareholders for the purpose of this meeting in accordance with the guidelines issued by the Corporate Affairs Commission and the circular issued by the Nigerian Exchange Regulations Limited as regards the conduct of annual general meetings during the period of the COVID-19 pandemic. Voting on items on the agenda at this meeting will be by poll except for item 7. I will therefore request that anyone present and asking questions, making comments or seconding motions should speak clearly through the microphone and commence by stating your name in full. We now proceed with item 1 on the agenda, which is to receive the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31, 2020, and the report of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon. So I take the annual report as read. I'll take the report of the auditors as read. Take the report of the statutory auditors audit committee as read. At this point, we will be pleased to take questions if there is any. Thank you very much for your questions, and the Managing Director, CEO, for responding to the questions. It is now time to vote. As I stated before, voting on items on the agenda, except for item 7, will be by poll. I now invite the registrar to explain the e-voting process.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here is a brief description of the voting process. Having gotten requisite approval to hold a meeting by proxy, we have captured a total of 129 shareholders' voting details received by proxy and holding 17,631,249,444 units, representing 86.62% of the issued share capital. Hence, the voting results will be displayed in addition to the votes cast here today. When you came in this morning, you were provided with a voting device that have been configured to represent your shareholding in MTN Nigeria Communication PLC. After the resolution has been read out and shareholders are to cast their votes, kindly take a look at your respective voting pads. The button 1A is a yes vote, and 2B is for a no vote. Once I announce that the voting has commenced, please press the reference button in accordance with your decision or choice. Please note that each shareholder can change their votes during the voting process, but once the voting process has ended, the last button you press will be recorded as your vote. Thank you.
I hereby move that the annual financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2020, together with the report of the directors, auditors, and audit committee as laid before members at the annual general meeting be received and adopted. Will someone please second the motion? Who is seconding? Thank you. We will now vote on the resolutions. We now come to item 2 on the agenda to declare a dividend. I hereby move that a dividend payment in the total sum of...
You don't need to read everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we can just
Okay.
go to it, yes.
Will someone please second the motion?
I second the motion.
Thank you. We will now vote on the resolution Okay.
We shall commence the voting process. Please press your keypads. The voting period shall last for 20 seconds. The voting has commenced now. 2 seconds left. Thank you. We ask that you remain patient while we collate and display the results.
So what would typically happen at that moment is when you ask them to vote, we will have your feed showing on that screen.
Yes.
So that's what would happen.
Yes.
So just so we're all clear.
Okay. We will now proceed to the election and re-election of directors. We will now proceed to the election/re-election of directors. The next item on the agenda is to elect Ms. Sholo Molofe as a non-executive director. Ms. Molofe has been appointed as non-executive director by the board of directors since the last general meeting of the company and is presented at this annual general meeting for approval. I move that the appointment of Sholo as non-executive director is hereby approved. Will someone second the motion?
Motion seconded.
Thank you. We will now vote on, okay, we voted. The registrar, assume we voted. We move to the next one. The next item on the agenda is to re-elect directors. That is the re-election of the retiring directors offering themselves for re-election. Four directors are retiring at this meeting in accordance with the Article of Association. They have offered themselves for re-election. They are Dr. Ernest Ndukwe, OFR, age 72. 2, Mr. Ridwan Grant. 3, Mr. Ralph Mipita. And 4, Mr. Jens Shotto. The first director presented for re-election is Dr. Ernest Ndukwe. I hereby move that Dr. Ernest Ndukwe be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone please second the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. The second director presented for re-election is Mr. Ridwan Grant. Will someone please second the motion? All in favor say aye. The third director presented for re-election is Mr. Ralph Mupita. I hereby move that Ralph Mupita be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone second the motion? All in favor? Aye. The fourth director presented for re-election is Mr. Jens Shotto. I hereby, will someone please second the motion? All in favor, indicate by raising up your hand. Thank you. Esteemed shareholders, thank you for the honor of presiding over this session. I now hand over to our chairman, Dr. Ernest Ndukwe, and congratulate him on his re-election. The chairman now speaks. Thank you, our shareholders, for approving my re-election to the board of directors. I also thank Mr. Mohammed Ahmed for presiding over that session. Thank you.
A critical question at this point. Who is the acting chairman? Who's playing that role? Where will he be? Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. So he will be on the high table as well. So there must be a microphone provided for him ahead. All right, no worries. We can carry on.
Is there anything that will be projected? We can actually, apart from reading the script, Fumi, apart from reading the script, is there any other thing, AY, Ayo, that we need to project at this time?
You asked if there's anything to project?
Anything that will be projected as I read.
Yeah, so as you read the different resolutions, there's a slide to support it.
Oh, okay.
Like, try the next resolution, for instance.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. Will someone second the motion?
Motion seconded.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Will someone second the motion? The next item on the agenda is to elect members of the Statutory Audit Committee. Okay, the board of directors has nominated the following directors as members of the audit committee: Mr. Ridwan Grant and Mrs. Ifeeku Okauru. 32 valid nominations were received by the company from shareholders who have, X number of, 32 valid nominations were received by the company secretary from shareholders. S nominee has withdrawn their candidacy. The remaining shareholder nominees for election as members of the audit committee are as follows. Number 1, Mr. Nonawo Awo. Nominator, Palsy Capital Market Association. Number 2, Colonel Ayebeni Peters. Nominator, Foyinshola Oyebola. Number 3, Mr. Abaje Ganiyu. Nominator, Adebayo Adebola Aderemi. Number 17, Bakare Yisa. Nominator, Ajose Tunde Idris. We will now proceed to vote for each nominated shareholder. May I invite the representative of the registrar to conduct this session. I'm inviting you to conduct your session.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can all those voting in favor of Mr. XXX lift up their hands, please? Can all those voting in favor of Mr. blah, 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 lift up their hand, please? And then I'll hand over the results to you at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hereby declare that the following are members of the audit committee of the company: Mr. Ridwan Grant, Mrs. Ifeeku, Mr. Chimawokoma, Mr. Muiz, and Mr. Ayo. Special business. Approve the director's fees. Director's fees. You're supposed to project.
Sorry, what were you speaking to?
The first item under special business.
Which is?
What I see here is
okay. Is this correct? Yeah, I can hear you. Aloma. So what we have now, this is the correct one.
No, that is not the first one.
This is 8.1. So what you...
Ayo.
Yeah, I'm talking to
okay,
Mrs.
yeah, this
Upana.
is it. This is it.
Okay. All right, then we'll do. So you can continue from where we were talking about where were you? To approve director's fees.
Okay.
Where were you? Yeah.
I hereby declare that the motion has been carried. The next item, I hereby move that, except for the chairman, the fees for each non-executive director of the company be and is hereby fixed at 16 million. Will someone second the motion? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is to approve the establishment of an equity shelf program and the use of the company's information in the offer document. Will someone second the motion?
Is this correct? For me, is this correct? Put me up again.
The next item on the agenda is to obtain approval for a general mandate for recurrent transactions with related parties. The next item on the agenda is to obtain approval for the alteration of the articles of association of the company.
Sorry, could you just, we seem to have lost each other at some point. Where exactly are you?
So the last one I talked about was to obtain approval for a general mandate for recurrent...
What item? Is this 69 or 67 or where? What's the number that you have?
That's 70.
So you're at 70. All right. So what resolution is this? What resolution is this?
Can I go ahead?
No, just hold on a second, please.
Okay.
Where is the to obtain approval? Yeah, I'm not sure. We need to get this. So is this resolution 9 or what? Which resolution is this that you're on? Chairman, which resolution are you currently on?
That's the one to obtain approval for.
Yeah, has it got a number?
That's 70.
Pardon? No. I mean, what resolution is it? Yeah, what's the number? Yeah, what's the number? Send me up to the screen, please. For me, is this accurate? At 70, are we aligned? Chairman, can you read that again, please? Chairman?
Sir?
Can you carry from 70?
From 70, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is to obtain approval for a general mandate for recurrent transactions with related parties. Would someone please second
Lola
the motion?
Hakim, please send this back to the screen. So what he's reading is he read to obtain approval for general mandate for recurrent transactions with related parties. So there's a lot more words here, which is why we were looking for it. So if you look at what we've got on the script, it's just 2 lines. But what we've got here is a lot more. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Ayo.
Yes.
I think you should leave it the way it is there.
The way it is on here now.
No. The way you have it there.
On the screen?
Yes, correct.
You want to leave it like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. Hakim, Mr. Hakim Alaka. One make a little joke, because he's chairman for a few minutes. Hakim is taller than you now. But the chairman is even taller than Moise.
Yes, he's taller than me.
Yes, he is.
He's taller than me.
The chairman, Abi?
Yes.
For those on the live stream, we are simply just testing certain camera framing. So sorry for the pause.
Just go with it. It's okay. Yes. Yes, we're just trying to check her voice coming from the far side.
Is she here? Hi, Uto. Okay, this is Mamuke. The lighting, we had to change it to amber because the white light was making the banner look very white. And the contrast was too much. So on the phone, we're viewing this from the phone. I don't know, on mine it looks better. So except you're thinking it's looking reddish on yours. It looks dull. So if they change it to white, it's very, very white. So where's the red? Okay, around the head. Okay, this one is different from it. It has nothing to do with lighting. This thing they are talking about around Muizi's head. You see this red? It's not the light now. It's not the light. It has nothing to do with the light. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. That light, the amber, the ambient, the spotlight, it can't be now. These red marks by his shirt.
Red marks.
Red by his head.
It's the light.
Is the light? If you put it on white, you will still be there now. Who is the guy in charge of lights? I know what you're talking about. So when they zoom in, there's a red mark on his head.
On the camera or here?
Here, see here now. See here.
The rim.
On the rim around the head.
The thing that's giving you that rim is the light. The light, yes.
Try some. No. There's a spotlight behind where Muiz is. That was white before. Now they've adjusted it to amber. So it's not to go back, take it back to white and see if you still have anything by the head. I'm thinking it has nothing to do with the light, but try. Because he didn't wear, he was wearing a cap. I didn't see that. I'm not even seeing that on my, okay, this is delayed though. I'm seeing it on YouTube now. I'm seeing it on YouTube. It wasn't there before. So something must have been touched. See now, see his head. I wasn't seeing this before. So it wasn't there before.
Let me call the lights guy.
Okay, I see now. Let me call the guy. Push the lights. Go for that one. This is the reason. Like a shadow. What happened? Let's change it to white. Let's see if that red trimming will be there. Yes. Oh, my brother. It is not. I know. I agree. Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm following up on the request. You said. I'm following up on the request. You said you sent to Deva's number to me.
Can you do me a favor? Can you
Never
face the
enter
light
yet.
on him?
Yes.
Let me see something.
Hold on. 080. What's the name? It doesn't come in.
Hello, Ude. Ude, can you hear me? Hello, Ude. Okay, how is it? Please sit down. How is the red line now? Is it still there? Uto? It's not as pronounced as before.
Can you see the red line still? Hi, Uto. I know, but go back. You, Maurice, go and sit down there.
They are switching cameras. Just hold on.
Switching cameras. It's just that the camera that is likely to work, nobody can stand by that camera. So we're trying to do some adjustments. I don't think. I don't even want. Hakim should sit down because we're dealing with red issues. Call Hakim. Hakim, go sit. There's no red on you. Go sit down. Because the trimmings on his shirt will cause confusion again. I think so. Okay, I think what will happen is by 8 o'clock in the morning we should have natural lights. I think that might take off that red hue, but they need to switch camera. Switch into that camera that didn't have. No, this one is worse. So switch to the other camera. Switch back. This one? Yes. It reduced it, but I can see the red by his beard. Even his beards has red.
Debola, ṣé kò yẹ kó yà mí báyìí?
Switch off that light. Switch off that light. Yes. Switch off the light.
I hereby.
Daylight will replace it. This one is nice. It's off.
Lalade, how are you?
Alright.
Imam, okay, how are you?
But it's gone down. So by the time you have natural light, you should be better. I think
for
that
me,
should work. Okay, I think we can.
Talk to her.
Yeah, I think we can continue. But it's the framing now because Hakim looks as tall as the chairman, right? It's now to see how when they frame the camera, whether it takes some part of the logo or it takes the annual general or what have you. So do the pull out and then use the long lens again. Let's see. It was deliberate because your white was as white. It changed the entire banner color.
Is this showing? Is it a show of it?
Make it closer, let's see. is not obvious. On YouTube, right, I have it logged on. I don't think it's bad because when you focus on him, you can't read anything. That was the reason why we're doing the reframing. So if you did, I don't think how best can you do? Yeah.
I think should we reduce it to AGM 2021? Or if you are making 2 lines, no, rather AGM 2021.
Hello. Lola D. Kobe. Debola.
We had a good friend before, the one that cut off the cable. He did it well. He was between annual and meeting. He was blocking the general. We had a good friend. The only problem we had was our yes. We had a better friend. Yeah, the red thing that cost over.
Check your spirit level. Check your spirit level, and then reframe what you had before. Reframe your own frame. Don't listen to anybody, including me. Frame it as a devotional cabinet. Because now the part of the confusion, everybody don't tell him. He knows what to do. Tell him. AGM 2021 is what we'll be showing this month.
Yeah, this is the right height.
Like the head. Akim, sit up. Check focus. In dead center, right under the center.
Yeah.
So if we change this thing to AGM 2021, what we just need to be very careful about is that we don't want repetition of behaviors. So if we have digital juice, which we won't use a lot of digital juice, if digital juice comes up, this is slower. So you understand, so it's not repeated. So we won't rely a lot on digital juice. There's a lot happening anyway.
Are you okay with this way?
Are you?
As a brand person, of course, I won't be. My logo is cut out.
What typically happens, which I think was maybe not considered, because we've done a few of these things. What would typically happen to something like this is
to sit down and then do like a media wall.
Like a media wall. Then you will have that way, anywhere you are in, is properly represented anything you do. Then we would have known that this one in front is the one that carries everything. This one in front of the table would have been the master, but the one behind them, so that anybody from any angle. So when we're brought in to have this kind of conversations before the AGM, we always tell them that that's how we should be.
No problem. Let him go back to the close-up.
You look like a dictator.
If he moves it.
Akim. Sorry, you're saying.
The person doing the focus, I want to ask them from home if they take it down. So how will I put it down?
Do you want to ask if we should take out that AGM 2021?
No, it's
so
fine.
You have a consensus.
It's fine because you are not reading anything at the back.
So do you want us to leave it like this, or to write it as AGM?
Left for me, leave it like that, but it means the two things I want us to experiment before you continue.
tight, small. Oh yeah, favor headroom. No. Favor, other way. Up. Come down a bit. Stay. It's too wide.
It's too wide. Even on the, it's too wide. So it means,
And if we have it like this, we will remove this. Focus now. You have to remove the oval completely.
No, the blue part.
it's looking one kind. Half of your logo there is cut off. Then you now see, do you get it? Let's just, if you feel this is too wide, left for me, we can manage this. Let me talk to Ude Auto. What would, well, without focus, what the logo we have at the in terms of the one in front of, one on top of his head. I don't think they are.
Hello, Uto. Ude.
Okay. Oh, so we're trying to do the final camera focus, right? We've been struggling with the logo. So part of the logo is cut off, and then we had to put the other superimposed logo. But I just wanted to get your views from home, looking at your screen. Is there a distraction between the two logos? So let us know what to do, whether we have to refocus or take out the smaller one. Okay, but so you can see the small one, right? You can see the annual general meeting. No, that's Ude. So what she's saying is, on their own screen, they can't see the big logo, okay? The one on top of Hakeem now. But they can see the one on the right. You can see half of it. So MTN. Okay, that's fine. I think we can live with it, with that framing.
Remember your frame.
Yeah.
So the other one, the button.
Which one? They can read. That is where they can now read the annual general meeting. I think with this framing, we're thinking of shortening it to AGM 2021. Is that fine? So that we don't have too many characters on the screen. Oh, we can. Which one? The logo on the right? To take out the superimposed one? Okay, you know what we could do? Can we put it on far left on the bottom? Just to drop the logo. In terms of your screen. Yeah. This takes care of it. This takes care of it. This takes care of it. So we're fine. This takes care of it. So he needs to remember this frame. Okay. All right. I know. The long shot, we don't have a problem. It's the close shot. Yeah, it's a close shot I had a problem. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Uto. Whosoever wrote that thing is not your phone, too. Sorry, Uto, you're talking to me.
Yes, I was saying that caption seems a bit high. I don't know whether it's me. It's almost like
Okay, you want it smaller? Okay, they should bring it downwards. I'm even having challenge that it's not our font. I don't know what grammar these ones are saying. To convert this. Impose a font. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So what Uto is saying is, you see where it's written, it's covering, sorry dear, if they can drop it a bit because it's covering this.
The other thing is, it's not going to be.
Okay, Uto is going to be off and on, in and out. So it's gone. Yeah? It will come in and go. I think it's fine. If it's not going to be there permanently. Yeah. Okay, I think the proceedings can. All right. Very early tomorrow.
So Ude, it's 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm using an Alienware. It's the only thing that could work. All these other systems didn't have a mic in and out. So I got an Alienware to use. So that's what we're using. Yeah, that other one is still here as backup. Oh, you mean another Alienware? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so thank you, everyone. That concludes the driver. Thank you.